Good afternoon. I'm Asani Caetano and you're watching News 5 at noon. Let's get you up to speed with the latest stories making headlines today. Is Tracy Tager Panton sentenced to 3 months for contempt of court? A fatal RTA near Unitedville claims Micah Contreras' life. A police officer's home is riddled with bullets in St. Matthew's Village. UNICEF campaigns to end child violence. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno Fuels. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new 50-inch TV, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get a coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today, fill your tank, and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno, a brand committed with the future.
Welcome back. Shine Barrow, the Mesopotamia era representative, along with 4 other UDP executives, have taken legal action in the High Court. They're seeking an order against Albert era representative Tracy Tager Panton for contempt of court. This move comes after Justice Hondora's November 8th ruling, which reinstated the status quo before the Alliance for Democracy took over the UDP headquarters. The crux of the issue is that Tager Panton has allegedly ignored the ongoing court case. There are 6 instances where she has called herself either the party leader or interim party leader of the UDP, despite the pending legal matters. Because of this, the claimants are pushing for Tager Panton to face 3 months in jail for violating Justice Hondora's judgment. 13-year-old Micah Contreras tragically lost his life in a road traffic accident near Unitedville on Thursday evening. He was riding his motorcycle along the George Price Highway when a vehicle trying to overtake him knocked him down. In a desperate rush to get to the Western Regional Hospital, Micah's father sped off in a truck. But in his panic, Micah's cousin, who was in the back of the truck, fell out and suffered a serious head injury. In the aftermath of this heartbreaking incident, Ace Club, the under-17 football team Micah was part of, expressed their deepest condolences to the Contreras family. Stay tuned for more details in our evening newscast. Around 3 o'clock this morning, a police corporal named Yelena Monterosa found herself the target of a gunman. She was asleep in her St. Matthew's home when the sound of gunshots shattered the silence. Startled, she looked outside but saw no one. Roaring Creek police officers quickly responded to her call for help. When they arrived, they found the front window of her home riddled with bullet holes. 2 trucks in the yard had also been hit. The police collected as many as 29 spent shells from the scene, believed to be from a .223 rifle and a .45 pistol. We all remember that revolting video that was circulated in May, showing a man senselessly striking and kicking a little boy on the side of a street. It ended up that the man, 33-year-old Devane Flores, was sentenced to 12 months after he pleaded guilty to common assault. News 5 will air an in-depth feature tonight that focuses on the laws, policies, mechanisms in place, and what these types of violence are. So if you know of these situations, you can help to take that child out of his or her environment by reporting it to the authorities. UNICEF has worked closely with the government over the years to try to suppress the number of cases of violence against children. That organization's child protection officer, Malene Barnes, shares the different categories of violence for which people can be charged and sentenced.
Violence against children is really encompassing, so it takes on the form of abuse, exploitation, and neglect. Those are the 3 main categories of violence we have seen in Belize. And so when we're talking about abuse, we're talking about physical, psychological abuse, exploitation, commercial exploitation of children, children on the move, undocumented, children who are exploited for various reasons, including sexual exploitation. And then neglect, we saw especially during COVID, a spike in that where, children were left on their own. We have a number of children in Belize who are walking the streets still, and those are forms of violence. Sometimes we don't recognize them as violence, but they are forms of violence that we've seen. The government of Belize made a strong commitment to advance the agenda to end violence against children. And this includes looking at 3 breakthrough areas that talks about parenting support, because we know that the issue of abuse and neglect stems from the inability of parents to really cope with some of the challenges that they're facing, including socioeconomic barriers. We looked at the school structures, ensuring that we have safe schools. And you would know, Marianne, from the data that we've seen a spike in bullying, both in the schools and also school children on the road. So we want to be able to address that issue. And then finally, to ensure that our response mechanisms are strong and robust.
That wraps up our midday news brief. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned to the news in full at 6 p.m. And don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest news. Have a great afternoon.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.